Hey guys, welcome back to Feed the Beast Ultimate. Back in our Skyblock, starting out in our crafting room today. Last episode we left off was working on our automated tree farm, part of Minefactory Reloaded, and since then I've actually removed it. It was a little glitchy, it seemed like, a little spotty. I'm not really sure what I would use to describe it, but it really didn't work as efficiently as I thought it would. We'll just put it that way. A lot of you guys said it was having issues according to the upgrades probably, and chunk loading or something like that. If I read it correctly, I'm not 100% sure on what you guys meant, but really, I think I'm just going to switch to a different tree farm, and we're going to try and work on that today. If you guys notice, I also moved all my animals over. Didn't really like them sitting right here in the center. Alright, and let's get started. Now, if you guys already see right here, I've actually made this guy up already. This is actually our cart assembler, and I'll show you guys the recipe for that, seeing how I made that up off camera. If I click on this, you just need iron ingots, some stone, and some simple PCBs, just like this. This is how you make the PCBs. Alright, and I've actually got about a stack of those made up already. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is start working on our cart, because I'm going to be using Steve's carts for this. So let's see, I need a hole. And I'm probably just going to use a standard hole. I think that should be fine enough for what I need. I need some iron wheels, not too bad to make, some iron and sticks. Should have everything I need there. Alright, sticks, where are you at? Sticks are hiding from me again. Alright, let's grab 2 of those. And let's get back to the iron. So I'd pretty much make a regular cart shape and then just add the wheels to the bottom of this. That gives me a standard hole. Alright, now there's quite a few upgrades I want to add to this cart. Well, at least a few items. Let's see. Let's go down to mod. And I believe we want Steve's carts right there. Kind of jumped away from me there for a second. So this is everything a part of Steve's carts, and we're going to be making a few of these things. Now, if you guys seen Tech It Light, you might have seen me do this before, but I think I might try a few different things. And of course, we can set this up differently, seeing as how we have applied energistics and a few other things installed. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. First things first, woodcutter. Alright, so we're going to need saw blades, wood cutting core. Alright, saw blade, not too bad. I'm going to need 5 of these. Whoops, what am I doing? Alright, let's grab some diamonds. So we're going to need 5 of these. Oops, that's the farmer. We're going to need an iron ingot and the wood cutting core, so wow. Alright, so pretty much any type of sapling, I guess that's what it's saying. And we're going to need a advanced PCB. So we're going to need our 2 simple PCBs with iron ingots. Okay, guess that's all we need. Alright, let's go ahead and grab us some iron. Redstone in the corners. And we'll just type in CB. Reaching all the way across the other side of the keyboard. We can just type in CB and we'll be able to pull that up easy. So there we go. Our advanced PCB. Let's actually make up a few of these just to be safe. That way I don't have to make them up again. Shouldn't need more than that. Alright, now do I have any saplings? Oh, we do. Good. Perfect. Alright, let's see about surrounding that. That's going to make us a wood cutting core. Now the last thing we should need is a piece of iron. Place that right there in the center. Wood cutting right there. Let's see, where else do we need? We need the 5 saw blades along the top, and there we have it. Our first modular add-on, a wood cutter. Alright. Now another thing I want to make, a coal engine. So we need a furnace, 2 pistons, and 5 iron ingots. If you guys see, it's not really too hard to make all this stuff up. It really isn't. Actually, I think I got some furnaces made up already. Let's see. Oh, well, we can auto-craft them. Let's make up 4 to be safe, just for now. And what else did I need? Pistons, right. Okay. So, Steve's carts is pretty awesome because some of the things aren't super expensive, and sometimes you can get around some of the more expensive things with some of the, well, not so expensive things in some cases. And I'm not saying in all cases. Like, as far as like the drill goes, there's some drills over here, like a basic drill, I think, or like the Galgadorian drill is insane. So yeah, I think there's an iron drill. I think this is probably one of the cheaper ones to make right here, an iron drill. and you can actually put that on your cart, and it'll actually like start mining for you and such. I might actually do something like this as an automated form of mining force. I think it might be pretty cool to give this a shot, and we'll do that later on. Alright, so we got ourselves a coal engine. Let's put that back. I also want ourselves a solar engine. So, well, there's that advanced PCB again. We're going to need some solar panels with this one. We're going to need some glowstone, redstone. Not too bad. Alright, glowstone. And what else did I need? Oh, iron ingot, right. Alright, so place that there. I think we're going to need 4 of those. Alright, we need our advanced PCB, iron ingots, and pistons. Alright. 2 pistons. 2 iron ingots. 4 solar panels. And an advanced PCB in the center. So there we go. So far we have 3 modular add-ons for our cart. And I promise you guys, I'm not going to make you guys go through the waiting time on this, because it does take a little while to actually get these things assembled. So, alright, now we have pretty much our power taken care of that's going to be powering the cart. Now, I also want... do I want to use a hydrator? I don't know if a hydrator is really necessary for a tree farm, so I don't think we're going to need to make that. Advanced control system, don't think I'll really need that. Large water container, a lot of these things are kind of cool, but I don't feel like they're absolutely necessary. Actually, we're going to need probably some internal storage, so we're going to need to make some of these chest panes up and these chest locks. Alright, so these aren't too bad to make up, just some wood, planks, and actual wood. So let's type in wood. And I think we can use just about any type of wood. Put that there. And do that. Now, as you guys can see, this makes up quite a bit. I think we're just going to make up 4 stacks of these like that. That should be plenty for now. And let's see, that's a front truss. I want the internal storage. Alright, now we need a chest lock. These guys aren't too bad to make up either, just stone and iron. Let's grab our iron while we're here. Type in ST, we'll scroll down a little bit for some stone, and we'll make up about a stack of those. Might have to use those later on. Alright, there we go. Let's surround that like that. Put those back. Then I'm going to add 2 of these internal storage units here. Place those back. I could probably actually make up some of these side chests just to make it look kind of cool. We'll see. Let's see if we can't do it. Alright, so we're going to need regular chest panes. We're going to need large chest panes, which are made like that. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. We're going to make up like maybe 32 of these. That should be good. And then what do I need for the large ones? Wow. Alright, how many of the large ones am I going to need? 4. Alright. Wait. Ooh, I think I used the wrong ones. I think there's actually a second type. These chest panes? No, not those. Large chest panes, huge. Oh, we just used regular chest panes. Oop, my bad. I was wondering what I was doing wrong. Alright, so we're going to need 4 of those. Put those in the corners. 2 of these on the side. 1 of these on top and the bottom. And then we need, what is that, a lock? Chest lock, and that goes right there in the center. So we have side chests. Cool. I like to have the storage on there. Alright, now there's one other thing I'd like to have, and that is a fertilizer. That'll help speed the growth of these trees a little bit. Where's that at? I know it's on here somewhere. And I know I'm missing it. You guys probably already saw it. I always forget what this thing looks like. Alright, well, let's... Oh, right there. That's it right there. So there's our fertilizer. We're going to need 3 leather, 2 glass bottles, a simple PCB, and some bone meal. So I'm going to need some leather. If I need that, I'm going to have to make my way down here. And grab some out of here. So we got 3 leather in there. Make our way back up to our room here. And let's see, we're gonna need 2 bone meal, 2 glass bottles. I don't know if we have any bottles. We have 1 glass bottle. Well, I guess I could craft some up real quick. There we go. Not too bad at all. Let's type in BC. Oop. CB, I mean. Place that down there in the center, and there we have it, a fertilizer. So, let's take a look at what all we have. We have a solar engine to power it, the woodcutter to cut the trees down, storage, and a fertilizer. I think we have just about everything needed. Let me, well, we already got coal right there. Whoops. Now, you're going to need a little bit of coal in order to power this cart assembler. And if you're wondering why your interface is messed up like this, you'll need to go into your options, go into video settings, and set your GUI scale from auto to large. And then you can right click on this and you'll see everything is normal for you. Alright, so if I shift click my hole in here, it'll put it up here in the top left. As you can see, I can drag my cart around a little bit to take a look at it. And we're going to shift click our other modules in. Coal engine, solar engine, woodcutter, internal storage, side chests, and the fertilizer. Alright, everything's looking pretty good so far. I think that should be everything we need. This is going to take me 25 minutes to assemble, so I'm going to go ahead and take the coal, place it right there. As you can see, its fuel level is now at 4,000. Let's go ahead and top that off, and start assembling. So this is going to close everything out. It's going to put everything into there, and it's going to take me about 25 minutes for this to finish up. While we're waiting, we can actually go ahead and set up where we want our tracks to go. Let me actually go ahead and change my GUI back, because I feel like sometimes I like to have that large enough because it makes it a little bit easier for some people to see on different qualities. So, alright, now with all the quarries that we've ran, we've ran over a lot of mine shafts. So luckily enough, we don't have to sit here and make up a lot of tracks. Good thing we have some. So I'm going to grab some of those, and if we take a look here, I'm going to need a few other things. We're going to need an advanced detector rail for one, so we're going to need some pressure plates, iron ingots, and redstone. Not too bad. So we type in ST for stone. Let's make up a few pressure plates. I'm going to make up about 4 of them for now. Get out of that. We're going to place our pressure plates there. I believe we need some redstone there. Oh, nope. Mixed up. And then we just need iron on the sides. We'll make up 2 of those sets right there. Alright, now we're also going to need a cargo manager or 2. I'm thinking about 2 of these possibly. So we're going to need huge iron panes and then this large dynamic pane. We're just going to get this over with. Alright, so that's not too bad to make. Plenty of chest panes. We should have those, no problem. So let's go ahead and take iron ingots, place that in the center. Grab our chest panes. And let's go ahead and make us up as many of those as we can, because I really don't need any of those other panes right now. So let's take a look. Where are we at? We need this guy. So I'm going to need 4 of these, which is just the small ones. Alright, we got 4 of the small ones. I think I'm going to need 4 of these big ones. Alright, we got that. And what else are we going to need? We're going to need this guy. So we're going to need dynamic panes. We're going to need 4 of those. And those are not bad at all to make. So let's put those back. Clear this out. Head over to the redstone. We're going to need 4 of those. And a piece of redstone in the center. That gives us a large dynamic pane. I believe that's exactly what we need. Sure is. Place that in the center. Huge iron panes in the corners. Large ones right there. Got those flip-flopped like I always do. I always generally seem to do that. And there we have it, a cargo manager. So I'm going to make up 1 more of those while I wait for this. And we'll be back as soon as that's done. So we'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, and the cart should be just about finished. We got about another minute left on the cart to finish up. I'm sorry about the GUI being that large, but That's just that's the way I like my normal GUI to be, so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Not that I'm blind or anything. Or am I? No, I'm not. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few things. As you guys can see, I've already grabbed item tesseract and a little bit of bone meal. So I'm actually gonna grab some more bones, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and grab about 32 of those. Let's go throw those into the pulverizer, because if we throw these into the pulverizer, we get 6 for 1 bone, which is nice. And that's throwing that into our induction smelter. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's let that work for a minute. And it is becoming nighttime, it looks like. So I'll go sleep that off in a minute. Alright, so we got... Ooh, perfect timing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we have it. Our cart is completed. Our modular cart. Hopefully we have everything installed on it that I want. Standard hull, coal engine, solar engine, woodcutter, fertilizer, internal storage, and side chest. That should be everything I need. I don't think I need anything more than that. I hope not. Alright, let me go ahead and sleep through the night real quick. And insta-day. Bam. Done. Alright, so while this finishes pulverizing, which is almost done anyway, let me show you guys some of the things that I've done. So I finished hooking up our machines in here. I haven't set them to fully automate just yet, but while I was waiting, I went ahead and hooked up the MFE sitting up here. As you can see, it's slowly generating power, and it's not from our steam turbine. It's because we have our advanced solar panel sitting right out here. Alright, so that's working there. I have these guys, a few of them overclocked, at least the compressor here and the extractor. This one's overclocked to 11,500. This one's to 105,000 PSI. And then we have our induction furnace here, another one. And then our other 2 machines, which I need to, figure out what we're going to do. I need to see about upgrading them, if anything, because I have no clue on how to do those just yet. Alright, that's what's done here so far. And up here, I've actually removed the 128 magmatic engines. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it might have been on the previous episode. I think we was running into probably a little bit of frame rate lag, and I was actually noticing it myself. You guys may not have, but I was definitely noticing it. So the plan is, I'm probably going to wind up moving them again, and I might use this room for something else in the meantime. Maybe like geothermal or something, like the thermal generators possibly. Depending on how much lava I can wind up getting, we'll see. Alright, so our cart should be done. Our bone meal should be ready. Let's grab all that. There shouldn't be too much more left to do. Let's grab this. Let's grab all that. Make sure nothing else transferred over. We're good. So we have how many stacks? We have about 4 stacks of bone meal. That should be plenty. And we have our cart. We have our cargo managers. I think I might only use 1 for now. We'll see. I'm debating on the setup I want to use. Now, if you guys remember my Tech It Light playthrough, if you watched it, possibly, maybe not. That's why I'm showing you guys this, because sometimes there's people that haven't seen that or don't know still, so that's why I try to go through some of this. And by no means am I an expert at this. I'm just saying. I made a straight line back and forth, so there'd be, one end here with the cargo manager, and the other end there'd be a cargo manager, and he'd just make his way back and forth down the line. What I'm thinking about doing is actually just going ahead and making a large oval again, because he did wind up getting stuck at the ends. I was remembering that. So let's see. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's take it out one more. Alright, and then we're gonna have this spanned all the way over here. Luckily, like I said, we didn't have to make any railcraft tracks. They are a little bit more of a pain to make than normal Minecraft tracks, but that's alright. Alright, so right here. Sorry, Torch, but you gots to go. I gotta finish up my stuff here. Alright, now where do I want to place this cargo manager at? I'm thinking probably right here. And what I'm going to do to place it is we're going to first place our advanced detector rail right there. Then we're going to get our cargo manager, one of them, place it right there. Alright, so this is, you're going to notice there's different sides of this, and they all have different colors on them. This is blue, red, you know, so forth, yellow, green. So on the green side, which is right down here, I can actually change this, I think. Can I? Can I change colors? Yeah, I can. Good. What is it, this one? No. It's this one. Alright, I'm going to turn these two off. Actually, I'm going to turn all of them off except for these top two. Alright, so as you can see, we have 2 green at the top. Alright, change part of the cart. Currently all slots. Change part of the cart. Currently all slots. Alright, so turn back after transfer. Don't really need to worry about that. Continue along after transfer. That's what I want. Alright, so if I click this, change part of the engine. I believe this is going to send 2 from the cargo manager to the engine, which is what I believe I want. It's been a while since I've used it, so yeah, that's what I want. And then all of this is going to make its way into this inventory slot from here. So let's say, actually I think I want this one first. I think I want it to, we'll see. We'll figure it out. Let's get our cart down, because I don't remember, to be honest, but we'll figure it out. So I'm going to place the cart down right here. He's going to automatically power himself because he's got solar power. Now, we also have a coal engine on here because, well, for one, the trees, the saplings, if the trees grow, the leaves are going to get in the way of the cart, and, oh, look at that. Oh, there he goes. The leaves will get in the way of the solar panels, and he won't be generating power. So he's going to kind of make his way around the track there, and while he does that, I'm going to grab some saplings. Actually, let's go ahead and use the birch saplings. I think the birch would probably be better. I think. Now let's use the regular oak. I don't know if he'll actually recognize rubber trees, but we can try. So in order to stop him, if you want to stop him, just stand in front of him. Don't worry, he's not gonna. Oh! I'm just kidding. He ain't gonna hurt you, I promise. All right, so I believe we want to put these guys right somewhere in here, I believe. Actually, let me grab these back. What if I shift-click those in there? It's going to put it in the internal chest. What about these? It's going to put that in the fuel. I don't want that in the fuel. Alright, I don't think he can actually detect these rubber tree saplings. I believe these go right here. As you can see, he's laying these down now. So these go on the woodcutter part, so I don't think this would work for rubber trees. That's alright. We still got our slime farm for slime. Or rubber, that is. My apologies. So he's going to go around planting all these guys. I'm probably going to need to get rid of some of these. So that way he can actually plant around the snow. I don't think he's going to get rid of the snow. Alright, so that's what he's going to work on. Let me actually stop him real quick one more time before he gets to the cargo manager. We're going to put some bone meal in here. This is going to fill up his, well, his internal tank of bone meal, fertilizer. And I don't know if it works instantly. I don't remember if it does or doesn't. And that should actually hold them for a while. So as you can see, the trees are growing. I think it works instantly. He's losing power already. He has no solar power. So now he does. The solar panels are coming back out, and he's working again. Now, I do like this guy for one reason. The fact that the cart looks awesome. The cart looks awesome with the solar panels and everything, so another great reason to have this guy. Instantly growing the trees, well, kind of instantly. Works better. Works a little bit faster. Alright, so he's going to have all of that wood saplings that he got into his chests. As you can see, he's got his internal chest here. Now, I want to wind up putting some of that back into his engine. That way, he doesn't ever run out of power. He can actually kind of run and still produce enough wood for us while, you know, using some of that wood for power if needed. If he can't use his solar power. So let's see about hopefully getting him back over here and seeing what he does with all the wood. And we'll see about better arranging this properly. Slowly but surely making his way back over. Alright, so let's go ahead and see. We're going to open this up. He's going to make his way over. Alright, what did he do? It didn't look like he really did anything. He still has all of that in there in his internal chest. Did I use the right rail? Whoops, what am I doing? I think I used the right rail. These cards. Junction rail. Advanced detector rail. I'm pretty sure I used the right rail. I just might have this set up improperly. Alright, so that's the right side, right? That's green. Yep, that's green. Alright, so I believe we might just take this and place it here and then have this switch over like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and see about waiting for him now. Alright guys, I think I finally got this guy figured out here. It's been a while since I used this cargo manager, but I forgot about the arrows here. They flip back and forth when you click them, but this should transfer everything from his inventory, from his chest, into the cargo manager here. And then when he's done with that operation, he'll send the items that he can to his engine. Pretty much all the wood. And over time, as you can see, now his engine's pretty much full with fuel, which is good, because when his solar panels go down like that, he can burn the fuel. And I promise, it's still efficient. After he gets his engines full like they are, it'll still be fairly efficient. So let's see if we can actually pull out of this now. So I'm just going to place a test rack down. I hope this works. And we'll have this set to send only, owner only to our quarry. That's going to send it right back into our system. So let's set that. And alright, so that doesn't look like it's sending. Great. Yeah, a tree would grow right in front of me. Get out of my way. Get out of here. Alright, so that's not going to work there. Do you think it's a different side? Maybe it's on the bottom. I don't remember if this actually has a particular side or not. We might actually have to pull it out, like, with pipes and such. I don't quite remember. Wait a second. What if I, say, for instance, what about red? Change transfer direction currently to cart. What about... Is there anything on here for... storage slots, maybe? I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm trying it. Alright, no, we don't want to send it to the cart. We don't want it from the cart. Okay, well, I guess that's not going to work. It was worth a shot. Let's leave those in there. Let's disable that. Pick that back up. I think I'm going to have to just pipe this out. So, let's see. What kind of piping do I want to use? I could just go ahead and directly hook this up to my ME network. Should be able to do that. But the problem with that is I really don't want it to actually interfere with it pulling wood out of the cargo manager for its engine. Because I'm afraid if it puts the items in here, my ME system's probably going to pull it out too fast. So let me see about grabbing some type of pipe. Alright, so just probably some regular pipe would be fine. I might actually need wooden pipe. Alright, so let's grab some glass real quick. Let's see. Piece of glass. Should have some wood on me, perfect. Place glass there. Planks there. Alright, and then we'll just do this. And we'll set it up like that. Alright, now I still need something to pump it out with. And I'm thinking redstone engine. Should work up over time to go ahead and send itself out. Should be just fine. Alright, now let's power this. What about a lever? Should work just fine. Ooh, don't want that there. That's gonna turn it off, isn't it? Alright, there we go. So is that gonna pump items out now? I think it actually is. Slowly but surely, I think it is. I'm actually going to look into a way that I might test it with my ME system and see how it works, but I'll do that off camera and see what we can't do, and I might try a couple other ways, but for now, this is a basic setup to get it out of our system here. Don't get me wrong, guys, the MFR, the Minefactory Reloaded tree farm that we had before would work just fine, but I really would probably rather have something a little bit more reliable like Steve's carts. I'm sure we could probably get MFR to be a little bit more reliable, but you know what? I like the cart too. The animations on it are awesome. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would rate the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.